Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to be talking about different apologetic methods and how to use them. So what is apologetics? Well, apologetics, which means the defense of the authority and origin of Christianity, comes from the Greek word apologia, which means the defense of one's ideas or opinions. The goal of apologetics is that you will want to be an ambassador to the world from Christ. This means that you will want to be using diplomacy and not be causing chaos around you. You will need 3 important methods in order to do this. The first method you will need to learn is content. This means you will need to know the central message of God's kingdom and what are some other claims that the other person could use against you. The second method that you will need to learn is conveniently method. This means that you need to learn to use the tools of a diplomat, which are communication and being charismatic. The third method you will want to learn is manner. This means you need to show gentleness and respect to the other person while embodying the characteristics of Christ. The ultimate goal is to avoid arguing. If need be, just leave a pebble in the person's shoe, which means leave them something for them to think about and they'll probably come back to you. The first tactic you could use is the Colombo method. The goal of this method, just like Colombo, is to ask a bunch of questions to get to know the person. This method allows you to build a friendship between you and the other person. So you're probably wondering, what are some questions you could ask? The first question you could ask is, what do you mean by that? This allows you to get to understand what the person is thinking behind their claim. A good follow-up question you could ask a person is, how did you come to that conclusion? This allows you to open up the reason for why the person believes for what they believe. Keep in mind that opinions are not claims, and if they do make a claim, make sure it follows these 3 rules. Is it possible? Is it plausible, which means is it consistent with other sources? And is it probable, which means is it likely to happen? If people cannot answer these 3 questions, they will try and shift the burden of proof to you. But don't take the bait and make sure they answer their evidence before they come to you. Our job as ambassadors is not to embarrass people, but rather lead the way to Christ. If there is a claim that you wish to address, expose some flaws in it so the person will see it themselves and hopefully bring them to Christ.
One more thing.
You can kind of picture it like this. We have our claim at the top, supported by evidence and reason. And our evidence and reason are supported like by worldview. If you really think about it, it looks like a house. Alright boys, you heard what the dork said. We gotta aim at these 2 little pillars here. But first, we must ask a series of questions to figure out what their claim is. Once we do that, we can point out the inconsistencies within their reasons. And hopefully, via the name of this tactic, we will be able to bring the roof down. Fire! This is the next tactic we're going to be discussing today. The tactic of self-destruction. This is the law of contradiction, basically stating that a claim cannot validate its own self. Our objective is to ask questions to make sure that the other people realize this. Here are some examples of the self-destructing
Self-destruct sequence initiated. 10,
claim.
9,
I'll be right back.
8, 7.
There is no such thing as absolute truth. Is that a true statement? Ooh. Okay. You can't know anything for sure. Are you sure about that? Bruh, I bought the water because I heard someone was on fire. Doesn't matter anyway. Our religions are true, so what's the point? Actually, some religions state that they're the only one true. Ooh, that one was really close. Alright, back to the topic. Keep in mind that we're not trying to absolutely destroy the other person. We're here to lead them towards Christ. The next tactic we're going to talk about is the rogue scholar tactic. This tactic is usually used for when people are smarter than you. The only thing you can really do is be informed on what they believe and why they believe it. It's okay to say, I don't know. The worst thing you could actually do is lie about it. I know I'm about to shatter your world, but even people with PhDs can be wrong. The next topic is just the facts, man. This tactic has 2 steps. They are, know your claim and be clear about it, and next, do your research on your claim. Be aware that most of the problems in Christianity are based off incorrect facts. Make sure you know what these facts are. Here are some claims you might come across when using this tactic. Religion has caused more death than anything else in history. Well, the true fact is, under institutional atheism, such as Lenin, Stalin, or Khrushchev, under 66 million were killed. Claim number 2. The U.S. founding fathers were not Christians, but the true fact is, of the members of the Constitutional Convention, 51 out of 55 were Christians. Oh yeah, they were. Finally, claim number 3 states, the Bible says that we shouldn't judge one another. Well, the true fact is, the Bible states that we should not be hypocrites when we judge another. When using these methods, you need to be careful of some things. People will often try to use some sort of way to trick you or lure you into something. One being circular reasoning. This is using your evidence as a claim or vice versa. Next, we have an a priori claim. This is basically saying a claim without having any prior knowledge. You also need to be careful for who you're talking to, because they could honestly start attacking you personally if they don't agree. If this is the case, just try and be patient and calm with them and try to use reason to sort it out. The worst thing you can do, like I said before, is walk away or lie. Finally, if they try to dodge the subject, try and be persistent about it. Ask, well, what about this question? Or you never really talked about this. But be gentle and kind when you do this. And try not to be too persistent, but not letting them off the hook. Hey guys, do you really know why they never really played cards on the Ark? Well, it was because Noah kept standing on the deck. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please leave a like and subscribe. And if you'd like to see something, please comment below. Thank you very much and see you next time.